Hello, my friends. It's the Crypto Lunatic, and today I bring you an update talking about Celer Network. And this is going to be a very neutral review. I'm not involved in it. I have absolutely no skin in this game. And the reason that I'm talking about this is because I decided to ask ChatGPT and Perplexity AI what sub 100 million market cap altcoin could be really good. And both of them, they gave me a top five, and the only one that was on both top five lists was this one, Celer. Now, before we even begin with this review, let's say that a lot of the information that go on these AI websites, on ChatGPT particularly, and Perplexity is out of date. But that doesn't mean it's irrelevant. So I decided to look into it purely because they both recommended it. So let's have a little look and let's see if there's anything to it. But more importantly, this channel's for crypto newbies. This is really just to show you how to do very, very basic, rudimentary research, just to start looking, just to start thinking like about what are the fundamentals of coins, what do you need to look into. So join me for a very basic journey into checking things out. So firstly, we go on coin market cap, and here we have it. Here we have it. We see Celer Network. Now here it was launched back here. Look, back in March 2019. So this coin has been around. It's been around the block, and it came out for 0.024 when it started floating, and then did nothing, did nothing, did nothing. Now this was round about the time of the last bull market. So 2021, then it went up to 0.08, went down again, and then reached the lofty highs of 15 cents, just over 15 cents. Then, like every other coin, it went right down, and it hasn't really done a lot since then because this was the bear market. So here we see had a little bit of a spike back in March last year, but it hasn't really done much. And of course, when the earlier stage at the end of last year, when it looked like we might be going into a bull cycle, it went up to 0.024. And now it's really done nothing. So it's retraced here to 0.01, which is considerably less than it came on when it was launched. So is this a dead coin? That's the question we want to ask ourselves. Now, the fact that there was a little bit of action here tells us, well, maybe not, maybe not. So we're going to look a little bit further into it. And the first thing we do, we go onto X. Let's see how active they are. So if we go to the Celer Network, we see they've got 210,000 followers. That's a good sign. But now we look and we see, look, their pinned post is from 2023. 2023, and the post under it is from December 2022. Under that, July 22, 2022. It's a strange one. Look, on the 14th of May, 2024, that's a more recent post, but it's further down. What we're not seeing is any sort of recent activity on their X feed. And that's a bad sign, folks. Now, either they can't be bothered, they've given up. Who knows? Maybe they're lying low. We don't know what that is, but that is generally not a very positive sign. So I looked on, are they hiring anyone? This was the Celer Network. And they are looking to, they are looking to hire someone. I looked at that. Join us. They're looking for a lead designer. So they are still active. If we look at them. Now we look at this. Now this worries me, quite frankly, because we go to their Etherscan, we've got their contract address, and just so you know where to find it, you find it on CoinMarketCap by going to Explorers and clicking this, and it will take you here. And what we do, we go to Holders, and we find out, are there people with big amounts? And what we see here is that there's 3 wallets with most of the supply in it. Now, this is a massive warning sign. This is a red flag to me. Tells me that there's 3 people with significant interest that could dump on the market. Now, I haven't looked into who holds these wallet. Obviously, this one's Binance. So they're probably selling it on Binance. So we should actually look into that. Who is actually signing? Where's the markets here? Now, this is really positive because the biggest exchanges have listed this. Now, for a tiny little coin of a market cap of 83 million, it's on all of the big exchanges. So why is it sitting here dead? What is going on here? So let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's go and find out what it is. This is their website. So what this actually means is what Celer is it's a series of apps that developers can use to link cross-chain. So there's lots of different chains and they don't normally interact well. And what this does is create the infrastructure to be able to do that. So potentially this solves a massive problem in crypto. We also see that there's 45 chains supported, some very big players on here, and 175 tokens supported. So it's obviously got potential here. It's got a lot of chains are connected into it. Now, the reason it could be dead is because the market's dead at the moment and people aren't really into crypto, and there's a lot of people calling a bear market and there's a lot of fear around. So this is the type of project that if we do kick into a bull cycle, could very quickly be very, very interesting, and it could be game changing. So the other resource I check is Crypto Rank. And here we go to token sale. We find out when did all these early stage investors go in? Because remember, there's some wallets sitting on a lot of tokens, which means massive potential for dumpage. And what we see here is actually fairly positive because we see that the seed investors who've been holding on to this since 2008, waiting for their big moment, are only sitting on 64% profit, which in crypto is nothing. So that tells us that even these big wallets, they're not going to be dumping now because they're not sitting on that much profit. And even people that got in 2018 in the private pre-sale are actually sitting on a loss. So it really depends on how you look at this, whether this is positive or not. It's positive from a point you're not going to get dumped on because the price is suppressed. But is it suppressed because the project's dead? Well, we don't really know, especially after looking at their social media. So we're going to Masari now. It's another resource just to see if we can get anything. And we're seeing that there's no market cap dominance. The price we know about is not really giving us very much here. These metrics aren't really going to help us. What we will look at is volume. This could be helpful. And what we see is that currently there really isn't very much volume. So this doesn't give us a lot to work with. It really doesn't. There's other stats there, but they're for really experienced people that understand trading a little bit better. So let's stop that share now. So let's look at Celer. Let's give it a general overview. This is an established token. The tokenomics are okay. The distribution of the tokens, not so okay, because there's a free wallets with most of the supply there. But that's sort of offset by the fact that none of those investors are sitting on massive profits. So this price, I believe, and also on the basis that this is on all of the major exchanges. So when retail get into the market, this will be one of the tokens that they have easy access to. Whether it's going to take off, whether developers are going to go in and suddenly start using Celer Network, well, nobody really knows. So this, based on the risk reward from this point, I would say is an acceptable risk. But it is a risk, and it's definitely not financial advice, and I have no skin in the game. This is just really a video for crypto newbies to show you how to check tokens, how to do your own research, because you'll get every influencer and their dog, do your own research, but do they really tell you how to do it? This is just looking into the beginning phase. Now you can dive a lot deeper when you're doing research, but this is just to show you how simple it is to do some base level research so that you're at least aware of some of the factors that could or couldn't go wrong. And there you have it, my friends. Celer Network or Celer Network, however way you want to pronounce it. I'm just giving you a few tools to overview to review your cryptos when you're searching for that mystery coin that's going to make you a ton of money. And if you want more of my reviews, my little tuppence worth on cryptos, then do please subscribe to the channel. And if you want another one of the videos, you will find it just there.